Arthur and Sabine, welcome to Australia. It's such a pleasure to have you both here with us, and we're very excited at Sydney Water to be the first utility in Australia to pilot Hydroloop and to introduce it to the country, and one of the first globally. Let's start off with Arthur. You are the inventor of Hydroloop. It's an amazing unit. It's truly fascinating. What does it do? How do you describe it in your own words?
It collects the water from the shower, the bath, or from the washing machine, treats it, and you can use it again for those applications that you don't need tap water for.
Absolutely. And Sabine, this has had so much interest around the world. Who are the types of people that have shown interest so far?
Well, normally with innovations, you usually have the early adapters. So these are the people that intrinsically just really feel like I want to save water, and with our products, we empower people and organizations to do that. They can just acquire a system, buy one, install it, and then contribute towards a more sustainable planet. So this has been the start, and obviously now we're very happy with collaborations like yourselves, so we can really scale the market and really hope that this will, be, but not just Hydraloop, but decentral water recycling will be implemented in every single building. And
it is a unique product. I haven't seen anything like this across the world. And I'm really curious, Arthur, how did you come up with the idea?
Well, I think the basic idea many people had already, because if you look to your own water usage on a day, almost 50% is taking a shower. And then most people know that they use tap water to flush the toilet and tap water to run the washing machine. It's a bit crazy. So I think people thought about it before, but I remember very well, at that time we are married, by the way, at that time we lived in France, and I was thinking, why is nobody taking the challenge of designing a machine that actually can simply collect the water from the shower and bath, treats it, and then so you can use it again. And then it felt an obligation. If nobody is doing it, maybe I should do it. I had the time. I was retired actually. I had the time to spend time on it and design the technology that is the heart of the Hydroloop.
So we moved back to the Netherlands, and I always say I lost him in the garage for about a year and a half, where he was designing the Hydroloop.
Tell us how Hydroloop works.
Okay, so it looks a bit like a fridge, right? And the top part is the treatment factory. This is where the cleaning happens, so to speak. And basically what we're using is 6 techniques. We've all combined them into the little box basically, and I'll quickly go through them. But the beauty is, by the way, no chemicals are used and no filters and membranes, and that is good because they need a lot of maintenance. And we wanted a machine that is really, you put it in your house and you fit and forget, so to speak. So what do? We use sedimentation and flotation. So sedimentation, anything heavier than water will sink to the bottom and the machine will automatically throw it away. Anything lighter will float to the top and the machine will throw it away. Then we start the air bubbles. We inject millions of air bubbles, and actually the dirt in the water sticks to the skin of the air bubble, and the air bubble will travel upwards. And we have soap in the water. We want to get rid of that from the shampoo and from the washing machine. So the bubble actually creates foam. So instead of pushing dirty water through a membrane, we actually foam the dirt out of the water. And the machine is like, when you have a beer, when you get the foam, and then at the end they go like this and they take a bit of the foam off. That's what the machine does. So it takes the foam off, beep, and it goes to the sewer, all automatically. And then there are all these aerobic bacteria in the outer, so the top tank basically, and they are, so to speak, they are aerobic bacteria. They love it there because there's a lot of oxygen being fed to the water, so they grow tremendously, and they're eating all the nutrients out of the water. And this takes about 4.5 hours, these 3 processes together, and after that the water is transferred and it passes a UVC light, so that means all viruses, all bacteria, everything is taken away, and then the water goes to the bottom part of the Hydroloop, and that's where it's stored, and all the time it is actually every 4 hours it is re-disinfected, and from there is a distribution center that will send the water to the toilets, the washing machine and the garden. I hope I've made it clear.
And what are the plans for the future? Because clearly you're already installing units around the world, and with 31 that we've brought to Australia, we hope that's the start of many more to come here. Where are you going to take Hydraloop?
Everywhere. Imagine a world where you can enjoy your shower every day, maybe twice a day, and you don't waste water, and you don't waste energy. That feels good. That makes you happy.
Sabine, in the Sydney context, we are heavily reliant on water from rainfall, and we have periods of drought, and the past couple of years we've had the harshest drought on record. Right now we have a lot of water. We've had the wettest year on record to date. So I'm really interested, from your perspective, how is Hydraloop going to help the people of Sydney?
Well, I think it's going to create more water abundance, and I mean, there is it's called the hydrologic cycle, and this is basically the whole effect of rainfall, water evaporating, clouds traveling, then it becomes rain or snow depending on where it falls, and this kind of replenishes then the aquifers or the lakes or the Warragamba Dam that I've just been able to pronounce right now. So this has been going on for billions of years, but because of climate change, we cannot bank on the kind of weather systems that we've been having. So this is apparently what you've also been experiencing here. You've been having very wet summer, I hear. You've been having a lot of rain. And the problem is what we're going to have more and more is loads of rain at one very short, stormwater. So lots of rain in a very short period of time, and then prolonged droughts. So if you're looking already what the area is, a lot of people have already rainwater that they are collecting, but you need to collect an enormous amount of rainwater. You need a swimming pool almost to supply you for the drought periods. And so our whole vision is that every building actually has a water source, and this is actually the water you create yourself by showering, by washing, by air conditioning, cooling water. And so if instead of that going down the drain and it has to be treated by you guys, which is expensive, you know, it costs energy and it needs to be pumped, and then it needs to be cleaned and then pumped back. If you just in the building itself collect it and use it, give it a second life. We say be wise and use water twice. It gives you, it almost saves 45% on water uptake and reduces your wastewater with 45%. It saves you money. It is a carbon footprint reduction. So this is what the power of decentral water recycling. That is what we're hoping to do here, and I think it can be needed here.
And Arthur, Sabine mentioned 35 to 40% reduction in a household's water usage. What can Hydraloop use the water for in a household or a business?
All the water that you use for showering and bathing, that does not go down the drain, but after treatment you can use this for toilet flushing, for the washing machine, or for the garden. And you can control what you want to use the water for. And this adds up every day. So a family of 4 can collect 200 liters a day, and after treatment 180 liters will be left for reuse. And this account is with 365 days. You have 50,000 liters or more that you recycle. Imagine how a big tank you need to collect that over time. And this is step by step every day. Collect your lightly contaminated wastewater, treat it and use it again.
And can I just add that the beauty is that you have a smartphone app with the Hydroloop. Yep. And basically this gives you the information on how much water you've saved today, last week, for the last year, but also how you can optimize using your recycled water. You have all the beauty and all the luxury of always having water, because if there is not sufficient recycled water, it will switch over automatically to its backup water. But if you want to optimize that and you want to be the best, water recycler ever, you just consult your app and it will tell you, okay, start the washing machine in 45 minutes.
Amazing, and we can't wait to show our customers and the people of Sydney, the Illawarra and the Blue Mountains, what a fantastic product Hydroloop is. We're on the cusp of making that happen, and we can't wait to show everyone what a success this is going to be. Thank you for coming to Australia.
Yeah, but I have a question.
Oh, go for it.
Yes. So, what is your interest in it? Why is Sydney Water interested in recycling water?
So we see water as an entire cycle, from rainfall to reusing water from various sources, and that could be from our large-scale, city-scale treatment facilities through to recycling units that are already in buildings. We have about 30 across the city. But something that hasn't really been explored to date, and certainly Hydraloop's the first one that I've seen, is these indwelling micro-scale recycling units. My belief is that there's going to be multiple pathways towards resilience. There is no one right answer. It's not big, it's not small, it's all three. And so our interest in this is to simply say, we believe that we need resilience. We need to be adaptable, and we need to be resilient to what the future is. And this is going to be a part of our ecosystem towards that resilience.
Thank you, and we are ready to contribute to that. Yes.
Yeah, and thank you for your leadership in this, as being the first water utility in Australia. We hope there are many to follow, and you know, together we can create impact that really matters. So thank you for that.
Great. Thank you.